Hello and welcome back to the TownNet team update from March. And you're here with me, Fola. Without further ado, let's get into your Q&A questions for the month. And the first question is from Geordie, Capitan Art. Welcome back. And they ask, I want to set up a Tau node for the testnet. What hardware do you recommend so it can work also for Tau's mainnet? Andrei, over to you.
Currently, we're in the development stage. It's not pre-mainnet testnet, it's TestNet Alpha. We're still developing. And for example, our current main node that doing all the calculations on building, on mining a block, it runs on 2 cores, 2 gigabytes of RAM. And it's so far doing okay. Of course, as the load increases, we will increase the hardware as well. So for now, it's early to say what would be the requirements for the main net, because it mostly depends on the number of transactions per second that we will get. So yeah, you can try running on whatever hardware you have, and the future will show what you will need for the mainnet. Thanks.
All right, fantastic, Andrei. Thank you so much. And the next question is from Learn Tau, and he asks, what does the symbol for uninterpreted constant mean? Well, we're going to put the answer to that in the GitHub discussions. So that's already there. Thank you so much, Luca, setting that out. So yeah, check it out there. And the next question is from Ty, and they ask, Ohad, have you built anything using Tau language yourself? And if yes, what was it, and why did this have your interest? And if no, are there any plans on building something?
I'm devoted to the very big effort of finishing the Tau language and the blockchain. So I didn't do anything else except as part of the team to help create the Tau blockchain, which is implemented in the Tau language.
All right. And the next question is from Lavan, and they ask, can Tau solve any synthesis benchmark that Strix or BOCIE can't?
So Tau is not very comparable to these tools for several reasons, one of which is Tau is mainly using infinite domains, while these tools that are based on traditional LTL, they use finite domains. Another difference is that those tools use automata-based solutions and synthesis products. So to know whether a formula is satisfiable, they have to construct an automaton. And if they synthesize a program, the program is given as an automaton. An automaton is pretty much a Turing machine without memory, a computer without memory. But the decision procedure of the Tau language is much more efficient and elegant. It does not have to construct an automaton. It is purely syntactic, and it is purely symbolic. And the product of synthesis is a relatively short formula that you have to solve at each point in time. So there are a lot of differences which makes them not very comparable. Another thing is that the Tau language currently do not support full LTL. It will support that in the future. I'm right now writing a paper explaining how exactly to do it, but not yet.
All right, fantastic. Thanks, Ohad. And the next question is from Dana. Welcome back. And he asks, will there be a chain level token ops standard on Tau similar to ERC20 and other blockchains? All right, fantastic. Over to you, Andrei.
Of course, we expect that there will be a standard similar to ERC20, like on other blockchains, on Tau blockchain. But in Tau, the law is the specification, meaning we don't need to hard code anything on the site. Instead, users themselves will define the standard in the specification, given the agreement upon users. And that's it. This is the advantage of Tau. Thank you.
And the last question from Dana is, What's the roadmap for cross-app composability of app-defined assets and expected timeline? Over to you, Karim.
Thank you, Dana, for that question. It just so happens that Andrei and I were discussing app-defined assets this week, and we did consider the fact that it could become a complete mess if applications don't understand what each asset means and don't know how to modify them. And basically, it could get out of hand very quickly. So thinking about compatibility or composability ahead of time is very important. And luckily, we have such a wonderful tool called Tau. And with Tau, what we can do and what we will be doing is basically, whenever an app defines an asset, it also defines constraints of how to operate on that asset, so that basically different applications can operate on those assets in a compatible way. You can think of many examples. So using Tau constraints is how we'll be able to maintain or help compatibility between different applications while using app-defined assets. And the timeline for that, we could probably have some of that built into Tau Mainnet from the beginning. I don't see why not. So yeah, thanks again for that timely question, Dana. Back to you, follow.
All right, fantastic. Thank you, Karim, for your response there. That's great. And thank you, Dana, Levan, Ty, Learn Tau, and Geordie for your questions this month. And thank you to you guys for tuning in, as always. We'll see you on our socials. And our next update on our socials, as you guys know already, it is TauNet on Telegram. That's TauNet. It is Tau_net on X or Twitter. And it's TauNet, AGRS, on Reddit. That's our subreddit. So join our free and be updated on all the latest and the greatest from the TauNet team. See you on the other side. Cheers.